When there's a lot of talented guys on one team, they're always going to be pushing each other really hard to take it to the next level. And I think the boards were part of that, though. The boards were progressive.
In the box. That's so dope.
Z-Flex has always been an innovative, creative company that no one ever could copy or emulate. You know, the original owners that ran it for 30 years, they surf, they skate, you know, and this came from like surfing and skating mixed together. They tried to figure out a way to come out with a board that would last longer. They had the balsa wood and the thing would fall apart. Jay Adams would ride it and the thing would crumble to pieces.
I'd make a skateboard every other day, take it to Revere, or Paul Revere, and like destroy it in one day. We'd get a piece of oak and we'd cut it out, and you know, you'd have to drill the holes correctly.
Oh, yeah.
Cut them off, the thing would turn right. It was a big ordeal, but we'd make our own boards all the time. And
Like
Kent being a
board.
fiberglass guy,
Right.
a mold builder, figured he could make one that was tougher and more durable and would last longer.
But why fiberglass?
We used to like these boards because they would still spring. You could flex on your turns and stuff, and they were basically indestructible, man. You could ride one of these boards for a year.
It was a great board. You could get really low into your turns, and you know, I dug it. I mean, I rode pools on it, you know, when the Oxnard came out, the first like real vert park, you know. That was my weapon of choice at the time. Pound for pound, it was just a really killer board, you know, and I think that Jay's dad went a long way in designing it.
Jay's stepdad was like the man.
He was the master back then.
Kent was the one behind the whole deal, really. The Zephyr boards wouldn't have happened without Kent, because he was making fiberglass trimarans in Venice.
With, you know, Kent's background in fiberglass, they were hoping this would actually last, you know, Jay Adams skating.
He would make up different batches, you know, different formulas of fiberglass and resin, and some would have like too much flex, so we'd be riding and they'd bottom out, you know, in the middle. And we'd be like, no, no good. And 3 days later, Kent would come with another batch. And then he came up with a mix that ended up being Z-Flex.
Zephyr, Easy Rider, all of it Z-Flex, because it all came to a head to be Z-Flex. So all the roots of that is embedded in that board.
The Z-Flex board, to me, the dream board for me.
I rode the Z-Flex boards, and there was nothing really that worked like that, because what those boards were was that they were our version of the boards, kind of the Highline boards that we couldn't afford when we were kids. The boards were expensive, you know, for back then. So when Kent started making the Z boards, we were stoked because we had our own version.
The reissue here, gentlemen. Just like to introduce you to the new Blue Z Reflex.
Yeah, it's another
God, that is so f***ing insane. It's like, that's what I would say. It's solid as a rock.
The cool thing about this board, it's got the built-in riser, it's got the built-in rail grab.
Because if you see Jay like in the fruit ball and doing all those upside down airs, and you know, I mean, he was so far ahead of anyone at that time.
Watching Jay hit the coping, get upside down, it was stuff that would have been considered impossible.
I think it was probably one of the first really kind of kicktail, because when we were skating in '75, everything was flat.
If you look at everything that Jay and even Tony and all the rest of the guys were doing on those boards, it was really incredible. Back then, it was a high performance board. It was one of the most high performance boards you could get.
I mean, this thing was so far ahead of its time.
It was
when
pretty
came out,
revolutionary.
you know what I mean?
It was an advanced board for its time, and if you had one of those, then you were ahead of the game.
Best thing about the boards I liked was the rocker in them. As you can see, the rocker is really nice. Has like a really nice surfboard rocker to it. The main thing was they were kind of emulating what we were used to as surf skaters, is like a little surfboards, you know?
One of our first ads, Tony Alva was in our ad with this board, and he's like, "Oh, this is the best mono ever. Wish it was mine." I was like, ah.
They were good for carving, and last but not least, they lasted a long time. Yeah, they're pretty durable, and they were just fun, you know?
This is the deal. It's a surf skateboard, you know? It's meant for cruising and have a good time, and when you look at it, it brings back the nostalgia. Because when you're younger, growing up skateboarding, those are the best times of your life. Dave, man, let me get a second, bro. I need you to sign that. I think Dave won the award today for most runs.
No way.
I think so, brother.
People think that we're just vert skaters and stuff, where they're so wrong about that, because basically we were the first street skaters, because we were the kids to really come from the streets.
The whole city was like a skate park in a sense, you know? I mean, we just like cruised everything, found little nooks and crannies, and just raged everywhere on skateboards.
Just that feeling of the wind going through your hair and just carving down the street, you know, getting away from everything.